There are people that because most people are very righteous, not because they want to be righteous, it's because the finance to sponsor their devilish desire, they don't have it. So if you want to test a man's true character, give him money. The most dangerous man is the man with money, sir.
Yes.
Is the most dangerous man, not the one without money.
Okay.
The most dangerous man is the one that has money, because money is a defensity. It's an instrument. It's a very vital instrument in the hand of a man. So
thank you and welcome to Tech Library Hub Empowerment Initiative. Welcome to the Diploma Center. So today we have in our midst Mr. Omoroyi. Mr. Omoroyi is someone who has dug deep in the financial industry. He's someone who is super enthusiastic about bringing to our people financial literacy, because we have come to understand that not having a good understanding of our financial structures has actually kept us in a rat race as well. So today we have him in the studio and we want to, have a section with him. We want to have an interaction with him. Hopefully at the end of this conversation, you will be able to go home with a lot of quality informations, a lot of, advice on how you can manage your finances, on how you can make the most out of whatever be your income today. Thank you, and please, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please do well to subscribe to our channel. Comment on our videos, share your opinions on our comment section, like them. It is these activities that you guys are doing that is helping our video to reach a global audience. Thank you once again, and welcome, Mr. Omor.
Thank you very much, sir.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm very fine.
You look, I'm so sorry that I have to drag you again today. You're looking stressed. You're coming from service already?
Yes, sir. I'm from service.
Welcome.
Yes, sir.
How was service today?
It was fine.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So I have a list of questions I will likely be asking you.
Yes, sir.
I have been mandated by my team to always follow the script, because they know that if I do not follow script, I might be going a lot of directions. I might be hitting from all kinds of directions. So I'm always mandated to follow script now. Are you comfortable with that?
Yes, sir.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, so we'll get into the business immediately. Just before the questions start flying, you all need to understand that Mr. Omor is the convener of ARC Financial, which is I think it's best you give us a little rundown of ARC Financial before we go into the questions. Thank
you, sir.
Okay.
It is a big privilege to be at the Diploma Center. In fact, I've been always wanted to have a session with my dear friend Coach Ben. So I am the CEO of ARC Financial Solution. We are into community service and community loan. We offer financial services to small and medium scale enterprise. We also help businesses to set up structure, because without a true financial structure, there is no business that can grow.
No.
If we say we are Christian and we serve a God, our God has a structure.
Yes, there is order in heaven.
There's order in heaven. Let's even come down to the earth. The sun will rise when it is set to rise.
Yes.
And it will set when it is set to set. So God is a God of structure.
Yes.
The daytime, the nighttime.
Yes.
The daytime, the nighttime. So it's just interchangeably the daytime and the nighttime. So every business that will strive in, especially in this West Africa, being a developing country, must strive on structure. The reason why businesses are failing is not because we are not praying, it's not because our desires are not right, it's because businesses lack structure. So one thing that we are doing at ARC Financial Solution is we are helping businesses to have structure.
Okay.
We are, though I know I studied financial accounting, is my field, I'm a professional accountant, so we help businesses to set structures. Among other things we are doing.
This is powerful. So you guys have heard, and hopefully we will put up a few information about ARC Financial Solution on this video. So going right into the interaction we have here today, first of all, there's a question that is coming your way.
Yes, sir.
This is saying, how do principles like stewardship, integrity, and obedience shape financial success?
All right.
And why these questions? Because I needed to get my team to understand whom you are in person. I needed to make them understand that you are someone who is grounded on stewardship, who is who strongly subscribe to a place of integrity in whatever you do. So that's why you can see this is the question says, how do principles like stewardship, integrity, and obedience shape financial success?
Thank you very much, sir, Coach Ben. From what I understand from what you are asking, you said three powerful words. The first one is stewardship. The second is talking about integrity.
Yeah.
The third one is obedience. So let's start from the first one, being stewardship. My mentor, Bishop Abioye, always say, greatness is hidden in stewardship. He said, nobody will serve you until you have served. You can only be served when you yourself, you are firstly served. So true greatness in this kingdom, the kingdom of God, is rooted in stewardship. Remember, those disciples came to meet Jesus Christ and they were asking Jesus Christ, who is the greatest in the kingdom? And Jesus Christ told them that the one that will serve is going to be the greatest. Even him that is the master, the son of the son of God, he said, I am a servant, I serve. So the true greatness in stewardship, you must be a servant. You must serve. Every great man is a steward. Every great man in every dimension, in every industry, every great man is a steward. Even though as a CEO that takes the lead, a CEO that will not serve, that is a figurehead, cannot spearhead a conglomerate, cannot spearhead a multinational company. You must serve to bring out the greatness in you. Why the second one, talking about integrity, I would speak on this because I actually have a testimony on integrity. Okay. I remember when we started Arc Financial Solution, and among other things we do, we give out loan at the micro loan. We also help people to save, to build savings habit. So if there's one thing that's always work out for me is that every time I am able to speak with clients, to talk to them about saving with us, like saving, having a good saving package, saving towards their project, saving towards their land. If there's one thing that it has always been stressless for me, is because integrity can be monetized. When people know you to be who you are, it is easy to monetize integrity. For example, if you are somebody that you can't keep to your word, nobody will trust. Nobody will do business with you. Nobody will do business with you. I remember one day I was coming from somewhere, and a powerful word dropped in my heart was that integrity is different from trust. I said, God, we always use that word interchangeably in the kingdom, that integrity is trust, but I discovered that you first of all start from what? Integrity. So you now graduate to what? To trust. The place of trust. So the place of trust. So when people trust you, people can entrust their money in you. They say when you are faithful in little, more will be added to you. So integrity pays any day, anytime. So the last one, talking about the place of obedience. There is every of God's instruction, every of God's commandments can be profitable when you are an obedient servant of God. If you are not obedient, there is no how you can attract God's blessing. So they're talking about the kingdom principle. If you are not obedient to none, there's no how you can benefit. You can be a beneficiary of any. So you're in essence now, you are saying that being able to, for one to come to a place of financial success, there is need they put themselves at a place of stewardship. There is need for them to build integrity, and there is a place of obedience to God's command. To God's command. Obedient to truthful principles. You know, while you were talking, I was picking point. Jordan B. Peterson, who is a clinical psychologist and also my mentor, he said something. He said that no nation can thrive without truth and trust
at its foundation. No nation can thrive without truth and trust. You know, in the kingdom so far, one of the major problems we are facing is the problem of truth and trust. You have, I mean, like we are identified as Christians, and there are some other religious group that identify as Islams, the Muslims, right? Now we found ourselves in an era where it is almost difficult for a Christian to do business with his fellow Christian for lack of trust.
Lack of trust.
Right? Because now the people that are supposed to upholding the concept of truth and trust are the ones we are finding difficult to transact with lately, right? So it is like a very serious problem today. So if anyone can stand his ground at a place of integrity, at a place of trust and truth, automatically that person is going up there in whatever endeavor they found themselves.
Yes, sir.
I strongly agree with you.
Yes,
okay, now can a man pursue wealth aggressively and still honor God? I mean, and still honor kingdom principles? Do you think a man can pursue wealth aggressively and still honor kingdom principles?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Hebrews 6:12 said we should be followers of them who through faith and patience they have obtained their promises. He said the best way to solve any mathematical equation is to follow example. So if we look at the kingdom where we are, sir, they are men that they are followed aggressively, they have pursued wealth aggressively, and they are steward, faithful steward of God. Remember, it was saying that you cannot pursue God and also pursue mammon. So like what that place is trying to say is that you cannot love money and also love God, but when you are following God, money automatically follows you. So when you know that preset of I'm not chasing after money, even in my pursuit after God, even in my pursuit after money, I'm not pursuing money, I'm pursuing God. But since I'm subscribing to financial principle, the money ought to follow me by default.
Okay.
Money ought to follow me by default. I'm not following after money, I'm following after God. So subscribing to financial principle, automatically it follows you, sir. In fact, if there's one thing I do always tell people, I said more than what I want to become in this life is I want to be a God-fearing billionaire. I want to be a God-fearing billionaire. Okay. A God-fearing billionaire that will be so humble. Say, this man is a billionaire, yes, but he's a prayer warrior. This one is a billionaire, yes, he's a steward in God's house. This man is a billionaire,
and yet he's an evangelist.
He's an evangelist. In fact, the more wealthier you are, the more value you are to the kingdom. It is much easier for a big man, for example, someone like Otedola. Just imagine somebody like Otedola and Dangote. They are going for evangelism. Imagine the kind of crowd they will put.
Kind of souls they will win into the kingdom.
They will put that. They will put a crowd that the whole church that they will go for evangelism. What we will get from what one man will get from that evangelism, sir, you can't beat it, sir. So the more powerful you, like I think what we lack in the body of Christ these days is that as most people are going, as they are growing richer, their love is coming down. So I think we need to also find a balance. How can I amass wealth and also sustain my love for God? Because I remember some years back, that was like four or 5 years back, there was a particular money that I stumbled on, and automatically I became proud. That was when I knew that you don't come to the place of wealth before you begin to ask God for the grace. Even before you get to that place, begin to ask God, when this wealth come, I need the capacity to handle it. There are people that because most people are very righteous, not because they want to be righteous, it's because the finance to sponsor their devilish desire, they don't have it. So if you want to test a man's true character, give him money. The most dangerous man is the man with money, sir.
Yes.
Is the most dangerous man, not the one without money.
Okay.
The most dangerous man is the one that has money, because money is a defensity. It's an instrument. It's a very vital instrument in the hand of a man. So I think the balance here is, as you are growing, you will always have this brokenness before the Lord. Lord, as I'm growing, always know that there is no place you will take me to that I will not exalt your name above my head.
Okay.
There is no office I will enter that I will not stand for the kingdom. There is no place, there is no contract that I will be that your name will not be glorified in that contract. So I think we will still also need the help of the Holy Spirit in it.
Okay, but then now, if you notice, what you are looking for now, or what we are looking for here now, is the balance. Like being able to pursue money aggressively, being able to pursue wealth aggressively, and still obeying kingdom principles now. But what, like you were talking about the balance now, the things that, what do you think are the core things one need to be doing at that phase of pursuit in order to, you know, maintain the kingdom principles, not to deviate? Like if I'm to ask, you know, what are the things you need, what are the things one need to be doing on that journey of aggressive pursuit of wealth that will enable them to maintain kingdom principles? What are the basic things they need to, you know, carry on?
Okay, taking myself as an example, there's one thing I think we need is an accountable partner. That person might be the person of your spouse. One day I called my wife and I told my wife that by the time I become, I know which I know I will be, by the time I become so worthy, and you see that the word is making me to misbehave, just tell me a word. Remember where God took you from. That word will humble me back. So I think we need an accountable partner, but in case someone does not have an accountable partner, what will this person do? That is a place of, you need to put up a structure. You need to put up what a system that God, I would glorify you. For example, if I'm going to a business summit, before I speak like 20 words, you might see something relating to God on my conversation. So like I keep on, even though I'm not saying I'm not saying God, but you will see a part of what I'm saying that will be returning glory back to God. So as they're giving me a position for a CEO, Lord, take the glory. Lord, take the glory continuously. Lord, take the glory. Lord, take the glory. But I know it is much easier to say when you don't have it yet, because by the time you come to that point of worth, so it takes the grace of God.
Now remember that you're speaking from a place of self-discovery, a place of understanding whom you are, and a place of understanding the need for building a quality relationship with God. Now some persons out there who are pursuing wealth or money aggressively, who do not have the kind of privilege you have of getting access to these kingdom principles that you are running with now, that is making you being able to ascribe all glory to God, because I mean you had an exposure that brought you in this environment, right? So now to some persons out there who doesn't quite understand that they can actually pursue money or wealth aggressively obeying kingdom principles, now what are the steps that helped you to come to this place, to come to this understanding you are working with now, that you can give off as an advice?
Okay, sir. You know, where I am currently, it has been by the help of the Lord.
Thank you.
You know, Apostle Paul said, like me, I'm the least among all the apostles. But like you can be calling me, I'm the greatest apostle, but I will not allow that praise take off my head. Even though I know I am, but still yet I am the least among all the apostles. So why am I saying that is, when you remember where God take you from and where He's taking you to, you will be very humble. When you remember the one that is taking you, the one that took you from where you are coming from, the one that has taken you to where you are, and the one that will still take you to where you are going to, sir, you will be humble. If actually you acknowledge that it is He that giveth thee power to make wealth and not by your strength. I remember I was reading a book from one of our Nigeria billionaires, and he said something striking. He said you can have a system, you can have a structure, you can do everything right and still fail.
Yes.
When I heard that, that was when I knew that, sir, the God factor is needed.
Yes.
The God factor is needed, because you can say, from year to year I understand what happened, but from year to this place, it was God factor. It wasn't system, it wasn't structure. So you must, the word people say, heaven help those who help themselves. So you must also play your part for God to play his own part.
So there is a strong need that a young man make contact with the person of God. There is a need, a young man, humble himself to make contact with who is at the top in the invisible realm. That's what you're saying in essence,
yes,
right?
Sir. Yes, sir.
Powerful. Thank you so much for that response. Now, the third one would be in this direction. Like, what role do you think faith play in financial decision making?
Faith. Okay. You are talking about what role does faith plays in making what?
Financial decisions.
Financial decision. All right. When it comes to, decision is what decide destiny.
Yes.
And destiny is what is a place you are going to.
Yes.
It's a place you need to be.
Yeah.
So if there's one vehicle that can take you from where you are to where you ought to be, that is the principle of faith. So faith simply means what? Partnering with the invisible God to bring out the manifestation of His glory. So talking about the place of faith in your decision making. So haven't done all you ought to do. I think the one factor that you need to bring into what you are doing is still the God factor. I think that is the place of faith.
Okay.
For example, let me give you like you are starting a business, and in that business you don't know if you will succeed or not, but you just have the willpower. I have the faith to start. I think that is faith. Like you, for example, you are not from Ogun State. We are coming from South, from Southeast, and we are coming to Southwest to do a business. That is a decision. You are starting from an idea. Okay, now I need to make a decision to start a business. And you coming over to Ogun State, you don't have any propensity or any idea if you will succeed or not. But there's this willpower in you that you will succeed.
That speaks. There's this small voice that speaks within you
that you will succeed. I think that is the place of faith.
Okay. Now, speaking of that, that's like anything that comes, whatever that has to do with faith, often comes off as a risk.
It's a risk,
right?
Faith is risky,
right? Okay. So, do you think it is important one builds their faith to a reasonable degree if they really want to get into, because business is also a risk, right? So let me put it this way now. Building one's faith is important. Do you think building one's faith is important when it comes to financial decisions?
When you're talking about faith, I need to know the stand you are coming from. If you are coming from the religious stand, or you're coming from the business stand.
You see,
because when you're talking about financial decision, for example, there's what they call corporate governance.
Okay.
So in the place of corporate governance, you need the board of directors to make a decision for a strategy, so that they will lead this company to a strategic point.
Okay.
So in that kind of place, I think it's not faith.
Okay.
So it's like an agreement.
Okay.
When we're talking about a one-man's business, so you need all the faith.
Okay.
To push it further.
To the next level.
To push it to the next level, you need all faith to push it to the next level, sir.
Okay.
So I need to know which standpoint are you asking the question from? Is it from the standpoint of one man's business, or from the standpoint of corporate governance?
I am speaking from the standpoint of a beginner, because there should have been a lot of faith that was employed to take something from zero to the point where there could be a board, right?
Yeah.
So I am still at that phase. You know that in this conversation now, I am limiting our discourse to where we are. I mean, where we are now in our understanding of what the word has to offer, in understanding of what we are doing as young minds. Are you getting my point now? So I try to limit the questions and the things we are going to be talking about
to a starter.
Yes, starter. Thank you.
So if you are asking from that standpoint, I think you need all the faith, sir.
Okay.
When I mean you need all the faith, remember Hebrew was saying something. He said, what much can we say, for time will fail us? To speak of Jephthah, to speak of Samson, to speak of David, to speak of the prophets.
Yeah.
Men who through faith they subdued, they obtained righteousness, and they closed the mouth of the lion. He said even the widow received their dead back to life. So everything that we can ever actualize in this kingdom is predicated on the faith you have, sir. I remember Jesus Christ came to meet his disciples, and they were trying to heal one young man, and they could not heal him. So Jesus Christ called them men of low faith. It's because your faith was low. But how be it, this kind goeth not by prayer and what fast. So the combined factor of prayer, fasting, and faith, so is needed.
It's paramount.
It's needed on the journey.
Okay.
For example, I remember I was listening to Archbishop Benson Dausa.
Okay.
He was giving a strange analogy. He said something. He said, like paraphrasing, he said a man that has 9,000 naira and he has 9,000 naira and he want to buy something of 10,000 naira. He has 9,000 naira already and he want to buy something of 10,000 naira. And the one that has nothing and he want to also buy that same value of 10,000 naira. So by the time both of them were able to buy the thing of 10,000 naira, who will you say have faith? Is it the one that already has 9,000 and just bought something of 10,000, or the one that had nothing and he was still able to buy that thing of 10,000 naira from nothing? He said you don't want to know what we do from nothing. That is, it is not currency first. It is what? From nothing. We are doing bigger projects. We are doing massive projects from what? Nothing. That is faith, sir.
Beautiful.
That is faith.
Thank you so much. So now we will go a little religious. Look at this. How do you balance prayer, planning, and action when it comes to money?
Okay, so how do we balance prayer, planning,
yes,
and action?
Yes.
Okay, they said the one that fails to plan
plans to fail
is planning
to fail.
So prayer cannot take the place of planning.
Okay.
And planning also cannot take the place of what? Action.
Okay.
So let's start it from this end. Let's say prayer. Jesus started with prayer, like he started his ministry with prayer. So I think prayer comes before planning and action. So it is through planning that you would have watered the ground. There's a place of prayer. So like to clear the atmosphere, to clear off all the barriers, that is the place of prayer, to set the atmosphere. But after prayer, which prayer does not stop, is what continues.
Okay.
So there's a place of planning. There's a place of planning, knowing your markets, knowing your buyers, knowing your clientele, knowing the type of industry you are going to, know the governmental policy, know about the economy, know everything you need to know, and so that you have all of these theses to make your plan. For example, just imagine someone, you are going into pure water business and you have no knowledge about pure water business, and you just delve into pure water business. That man is heading for a rock. So but when you have done your feasibility study, you have known the market, you have made inquiry, you have known about the tasks involved in this place, you have known about the market, what it will cost you to set up this business. That is the place of planning. That is in fact, planning is also known as is a part of structure. That is a part of structure. So having known the planning, so we also have a place for what? For action. Okay. Because there was a man I learned about a man. He was always planning. Like use all of his years
to plan
without executing one action. So there's a place for prayer, there's a place for planning, and there's a place for action. So it's a tier. Just like if you look at these people that does this OP stuff, there's tier 1, tier 2, tier 3. So like when you start it with prayer, then you go to the place of planning, then you go to the place of action. So if you take all of this route, I think success is sure.
Okay.
Success is sure.
So if I may ask, do you think that here in Africa, by the level of religiosity we are bringing on board, do you think we are being able to manage this prayer, planning, and action thing? From your observations, from your experience so far, do you think we are being able to manage these things?
So sir, if I'm getting your question very well, like are you trying to say we make more emphasis on prayer more than a place of planning.
You are the one that is saying it already.
Okay, you know, one of my mentors said something one time. He said, "It is not by where you are,
Okay.
it is by who you are." God is not looking for the crowd. God is looking for the few, not just for the crowd, to execute what He wants to execute.
Okay.
So even though we are in the crowd, sometimes we are not of the crowd. So that is a place of knowing what you want. Like don't let your atmosphere be your limiting factor. Don't let your atmosphere dictate what you want to do. So even though we are in the crowd, but I think there are still few executioners among the crowd.
Okay, you are saying, if I got you correctly, you are saying that regardless of how we have been able to elevate the place of prayer and reduce the place of planning and action, whatever God wants done in Nigeria, in Africa, He will still get done.
It will still get done.
Is that the case you're making?
Yes, sir.
Okay, beautiful.
Yes, sir.
Okay. We'll be moving into this document. This is Making It Big by Femi Otedola. We'll see if we can. I'm sure you just finished this document. What was it like? And before I try to get you into this document, what was this like to you?
I've been privileged to read a lot of books.
Okay.
I've been privileged to read a lot of books, but you know, one thing about books is like trying to see yourself in the picture of the letters that was addressed to you. So if there's one thing this book actually helped me to do was, it actually helped me to see better. As Ignito said, if we have seen better, it's because we stood in the shoulder of great men. So if there's one thing I appreciated about this man, Femi Otedola, was he was so sincere to actually bring out his story, where he failed, where he succeeded, the things he did that actually limited him in his early stage in his business. In fact, it showed so light in things that, so if we that are young entrepreneurs, if we fail, it's because we also did not learn from
those that has gone ahead of us. So I know that come in a place of failure, we will still need the place of God, even though we have also learned from these people. But they say success is waiting for those that have actually prepared. So learning from Femi Otedola was actually a blessing to me, because I was seeing a part of my journey in all of what this man was saying. I was seeing a part of my journey in what he was sharing in this story. Thank you. So let's see if we can connect what he actually documented. Let's see if we can connect it with these few questions. Now, many young men out there want quick success.
Yeah.
I hope you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, going through this book, do you think there is any such thing as shortcut to success? Do you think Femi made it to greatness through shortcuts?
Sir, I think, men don't rise overnight. Men rise over time.
Yes.
So any success that's just come overnight, I think it's not truly a success that will last long. So looking at this man's journey, looking at his trajectory, you see that there were times when things failed. If there's one thing I've come to learn about this man, is failure is also a great teacher.
Yes. And here at Tech Library Hub, there's a strong prayer we pray. I don't know if you have heard it from me that we pray to fail early.
Yeah. So failure is also a great teacher. So like most people, like we see most people's proposition towards failure, that I don't want to do anything, I don't have anything to do with failure. But actually, every succession, everyone that succeeded, look at all their track record, you will see failure. Like you see repeated failures.
Yes.
You see repeated failures. So it is after a continuous try that they finally succeeded. So if there's one thing I so much have appreciated about Femi Otedola was the part he shed light in what he failed at. Because it is not everyone that is so honest when people are sharing their success story, you just see like they will share the place where they succeeded, but where they failed, they will not show us, or they will not share light on where they failed. So there's one thing I love about Femi is he was so honest to have shared that he actually failed, but in that failure, he did not make that failure his ending point. He continued.
He fought it through.
He fought it through.
He fought it through.
So even though the journey was not an easy journey,
okay,
but it was an adventure that he must succeed on.
Okay.
Which he succeeded.
For every Nigerian entrepreneur out there who is at their place of structural building, do you think this book is a must read for them?
I think this book is not just for entrepreneurial,
okay,
even people working in an office, even the working class. I think everybody need to read this particular book because it is actually a guideline. Why am I saying that is actually a guideline is most of the times we read financial books not from our region. We read books from American entrepreneur, European entrepreneur, Asia. So those people
I find it difficult to connect to our environment.
Those people are speaking from their own terrain. So like if you look at those places, they have good governmental policy. Most of them has good business environment.
So it becomes easy to succeed.
So succeeding in that place and comparing it to Africa, that is a developing country. Imagine a country that is so dense in wastefulness. So like they just want to spend. Like Africa has the propensity to spend more than their propensity to save and invest.
Yes. Yes.
So we are a consuming nation. We are a nation that is taking to consumption. So everything that comes to our hand, we want to consume. But if there's one principle I have learned from this man, if I was saying something that you keep your 20% in stock, you keep 60% in cash, you keep 40, you keep around 20% in the bank. So I was looking at his principle. I said, this man, truthfully, is a blessing to young entrepreneurs. So I would encourage every young aspiring entrepreneur to actually get this book by Femi Otedola, because I know from a few years from now we will be taking the stage. So we will not take the stage by just desiring. We will not take the stage by just wishing. We will take the stage by hard work.
Yes.
So I think these men, they have set the stage. And I also want to reference my mentor, Tony Elumelu. Okay. So those men have set the stage for us.
I've been actually waiting for a document like this to come from Tony Elumelu and the Dangotes. I don't know if you can wait as well. Like, you know, one reason why we at Tech Library Hub Empowerment Initiative was in a hurry to get this document is because, you know, so many big boys in the nation out there there's these interpretations we are having of these big boys in the industry, right? And these interpretations, we are getting them from the media. We have not been able to hear direct from them how they were able to get there. Are you getting me? So it has been very difficult for us to, you know, understand if it is actually possible to, follow truthful principles and make it to greatness in Nigeria, in Africa. Yeah. So seeing this document, we were like, we couldn't wait to get this document. You get my point now? Yeah. So, for example, if somebody like Elumelu is like bringing out a document, I know you will be one of those that will rush you can't wait to read what he has to offer. Now, when you read this book, before you read this book, I'm very sure that you have heard a lot about Femi Otedola.
Yeah, I've heard a lot about him.
You've heard a lot but reading this book, were they the same? The things you've heard about Otedola and what you saw from this, did they align?
So they were not the same. You know, one thing is the image I had about Otedola, based on people's opinion, was that his father was a governor, and they were able to leverage on so many things because of their position. But truthfully, that wasn't it. That wasn't his story. The man, even though his father was an ex-governor of Lagos, but the man still labored.
He worked for it.
The man walked to where he is today, sir. It wasn't by. In fact, there were so many governors' children that we can't trace them today. We can't trace their existence today.
Yes.
So we have so many of those great men, their children, that we can't trace.
Nothing to write home about.
Nothing to write home about them. So, but this man was able to put everything together. In fact, I remember where he said he needed to borrow 250,000 pounds from his father, just to be, and which he repaid back. So not everybody will be so honest to tell you, I actually borrowed money from my dad.
Even when he borrowed the wife 40 million,
40 million,
and that the wife also paid complete.
So if there's one thing I love about this man is, he saw his journey as an adventure.
Okay.
He saw it as an adventure. Like, okay, if I get to this particular point, then I can also take it higher. So it was more like an adventurous journey for him.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if there is one take-home lesson, one strong take-home lesson that you got from this Making It Big by Femi Otedola, what will it be?
Please, I will say two things.
Oh, two. Beautiful. Okay.
The first thing I got from Femi Otedola was problem and opportunity are same, are related.
Okay.
So like when plenty people sees problem, for few sees opportunity. Multitude sees problems,
and few,
but few look inside the problem and said, I am seeing
values, opportunity.
I'm seeing value. So I remember a wise man said something. A wise man said, he said, solve the problem of plenty people, or solve the problem of few worthy men. Like it's either you solve problem for a lot of plenty people,
okay,
or you solve few problem for few worthy men. So there's one thing I learned from this man was that every time we come to the place of problem, see an opportunity, and if you are able to transcend more than that problem and see the value you can create to solve that particular problem, that is where money comes from. So and the second one was, start small, but keep on dreaming big.
Start small.
Keep
dreaming big.
Keep dreaming big. Beautiful. Start small. That's the place of faith.
Yes.
I would have linked that faith to this terminology.
Okay.
Start small, but keep dreaming big. Most people start small and they dream small, but start small, but make your dream to be unlimited. Like dream big. And also, sorry, I want to add on that point.
Go ahead.
Was the place of structure. I don't know, I'm so keen about this thing called structure.
Okay.
I'm so keen about structure. Any business that will succeed must have a structure. For example, I study financial accounting, and that is my profession, financial accounting. So I used to think the people that need our services are big organization, are the bank, the big company. But I look into small businesses, like those women selling provision, like they just sell and resell and resell. Most of these people don't know how to actually balance their accounts.
They don't know how
to manage. So that is the place of having a financial record, how to keep a bookkeeping. So every business that will grow should not just focus on profitability, should also focus on performance. That is the place of structure.
Okay.
So it is your system and your structure that will help you to keep a tab on performance and profitability. Okay,
so if one, I think we should be okay. That's I think we are done with this, with what is in this document. So from a place of financial advice, what kingdom principles do you have for anyone out there who is getting themselves involved in one business or another?
Okay, I remember one day I was reading the Bible, the book of Proverbs 25, the last chapter. He says something, Solomon says something in that place. He said, a man that does not have control over his spirit is like a city that has a broken wall.
Okay.
So like talking about the place of discipline, talking about the place of what? Discipline. Africa being a nation that is keen to consumption more than the propensity to invest and save. So at any time as a young businessman that you are just growing, I remember Otedola was saying, like, reinvest 20% of your profits back to your business and use 20% for your other needs and your wants. So just imagine a man that has that kind of system. Like every 100 naira I make, 80 naira is coming back to my business and 20 naira is going out for whatsoever I want to use it for. But you look at most Africa entrepreneurs, I'm talking about young entrepreneurs, and you look at their propensity to spend.
It's very high.
It's very high. That is what is one killing factor. It's one factor that is limiting what young businesses in Africa. Their propensity to spend. You must have this delayed gratification. Not everything that your eye sees is what you want to purchase. So a man that has no control over his spirit man is like a city that has a broken wall, that does not have a wall. Remember, when a city does not have a wall, it's vulnerable.
Yes.
It's vulnerable. When you don't have control over your investment, you don't have control over your service, but you only have control over what you spend, you are in trouble. You're in trouble. So a business that will grow must grow when you have this principle to succeed in place. Okay. Don't spend as you like.
Okay.
Save. Reinvest your money. Save, reinvest your money.
Save, reinvest your money. Save, reinvest your money. Beautiful. I think we'll be coming to the end of today's conversation. It's been an honor having you in the studio. We are beyond grateful that you paid us a visit today at Tech Library Hub Empowerment Initiative. Hopefully we will have you another time. It's always difficult to catch up with you because of these your financial related things. You people that pay attention to details when it comes to money, getting you guys out of your office is always difficult, but thank you for coming, and hopefully we'll have you some other time, Mr. Omo. It's a deep privilege. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
All right.